love Juliana Rancic. I watched that show that she's on. It's a fashion show. I cannot say names, but she's on, and she's on with a panel of hosts, and it's hysterical. You got to see that. And I'm sure she'll be talking about hints from it. Anyway, in the meantime, if you're just joining us, I'm here with, again, the premiere of Janome sewing machines. If you're just tuning in, this is Valora Hammond. She is one of the educators for Janome. She travels the globe teaching people how to use their machines, which I understand once you learn, it's a piece of cake, because their objective in life is to bring you machines that are quality products, that are simpler to use, and also very dependable. Well, this is one of the computerized machines that we have in the show. Now, I know that every question, or rather every customer watching that goes, wait, they just presented a computerized machine. What's the difference? Well, this is the DC5100, and I would like to start off with asking Valora to take us through A to B. What was the difference between the machine we just presented and this one? Okay. Well, the 2012 is a limited edition. We only brought it out for 1 year. The 5100 has been in our lineup for a while, and the major difference for me, because I'm a decorative stitch person, is that there's 167 decorative stitches, including lettering. So we can actually write, you can actually label your summer camp stuff. You can label your stuff for, maybe you've got a parent that's in a nursing home, and you need to label their garments because it gets put into the mass laundry. So we've got the lettering where you could go ahead and write their name. Great. So again, but the difference is we were only limited to 50, and we had to scroll through all those numbers. These stitches are all related to another number. So now we just punch it in. We've got a keyboard on front of the machine, 1 through 0, or 0 through 9, however you want to say that, and by just punching in the corresponding number. It also has memorization, which means I can put in Bill, and I can go up to 50 characters. So I could say, you know, Bill will be right back. So there's a lot more to this machine than to the previous one, because... Well, let's show everybody watching so that you can see. We're going to demonstrate for you. By the way, as you heard from prior calls, if you own a Janome machine, though you may not have purchased it from HSN, if you have a testimonial on the quality of the Janome machines, we would love to hear from you. And as Valora begins to demonstrate, and she's going to explain what she's doing, let me just remind you of a couple things. You receive a zipper foot, a sliding buttonhole foot, a blind hem foot, bobbins, you get a set of needles, the seam ripper screwdriver, of course, soft cover to protect your machine, and also instructions. This is like so quiet. Yeah, can you imagine? So this is where you determine the stitches. Right up here. It's right there. It's nothing to lose. It's right there on the screen. You punch in a corresponding number. There is 3 modes. The first mode is a direct, where you would just punch directly to the 8 stitches or the 10 stitches on the line. And otherwise, again, this machine tells you what foot to use, like the buttonhole. If you were to choose the buttonhole, then you would put on the buttonhole foot, and it would tell you that you would put on the buttonhole foot. So again, we've got needle up, needle down. One of the other functions about it, let me go back to a straight stitch, because we also have a quick reverse stitch, and it will actually sew in reverse as long as I keep it held down. Oh, look at that. I could sew backwards all day if I wanted to. I mean, you are not starting and stopping, and it just so smoothly. Yep. Now, that's because of the method of the feed system, right? Yes. Explain that, because you explained it before the show, and I was fascinated that unlike a traditional sewing machine, Janome has a... superior... Is it a patented box feed system. Say that again? It's a superior box feed system. Which means? What that means is that this machine here has 7 feed dogs. Okay. So we've got 2 in the front, which I call ticklers, that will start bringing the fabric in before the needle ever gets there. Then we have 3 in the back that continue pulling it through. And then we have the long ones along the side. Now, what a box feed system does is our feed dogs work in a box motion, like a shoebox. We think of a shoebox in a box. So it lifts the fabric, pulls it, drops down, goes back. It's the feed dogs that lift up. And when the feed dogs lift up, the entire surface of the feed dogs is in contact with your project. So the entire surface of these feed ducts, and they're what, about an inch long?
Right.
They pull the product through your project. So you get that superior feeding because that feed duct comes up. Now, unlike, and I'm not going to say other companies, but they have an oscillating mechanism like this.
It's easy, apparently easy to change out pressure feed.
Oh, snap on, snap off.
Let's see.
Okay.
Watch this, guys.
Yep.
Gals, guys, all of you. We have a lot of guys that are
Every
showing
single
now.
one of you.
I've got to give you enough. There are 90 of these remaining. This was on earlier, about a third of the quantity, early this morning, sold out. It is the #1 customer choice of the day. And listen, at $599, you're getting it home on 5 flex payments, free shipping, with all the bonus presser feet. So now that was easy to snap on,
snap on,
off.
snap off. I'm actually going to do some 1/4-inch seaming.
Okay, let's do it.
So quilters, I'm just going to snap this off. There's a little red dot right back there, and I'm going to snap this one on. Quilters like to chain stitch. And the reason they like to chain stitch is because they don't like that stop and go action.
I love that. No screwdriver, nothing.
Nothing, nothing.
Drop down.
It's drop down, drop in, and press go, and you are going up to 820 stitches per minute.
820 stitches per minute.
I can slow down. If I wanted to teach my grandchild how to sew, I can slide this bar down, and I can make this machine go really slow. Unfortunately, children these days, in this day and age, doesn't have a problem switching out buttons for. See, there's the slowest speed. So you could teach your grandchild, you can teach your child, you can teach the neighbor child. But when you're ready to sew, you can go ahead and speed it up.
I love this machine. I know you're going to love this machine. And I think the thing that I like most about it is that you not only receive, look, you receive the cover, which you don't have to buy an extra cover or carry case for it. This just locks down on top of the machine, but it's going to protect it. It is a quality piece of equipment. Janome, once again, manufactures for the leaders in the world of sewing and as far as machines are concerned. Now, what about for commercial? Do they also produce commercial machines?
No, we don't. We're only a home
residential.
domestic.
Interesting.
What they call a domestic.
But they do a great job. I could tell by looking at the product. They're just very clean. They're simple to operate. If you watch Valora as she's changing out presser feet. Now, what did you just add here?
I added our circular sewing attachment because that's the added bonus for purchasing at HSN today.
Okay.
Is a circular sewing attachment. That little cosmetic bag right up there has it. So see circles, and you guys know how hard it is to make circles. Well, I'm going to put on a piece of fabric. There's a little tack right there. You got to be very careful you don't poke yourself.
Okay.
And you're going to put your fabric on that tack.
Ah.
And then you're going to put the lid on so that you don't draw blood. We don't want blood.
Yeah, that would be good.
That would not be good.
That a yellow fabric does not end up spotted.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you're going to scoot the fabric underneath that foot. And now I've got stabilizer because decorative stitches always look better with stabilizer.
Right. The stabilizer is the backing that you're sewing the fabric to.
Yes.
Okay, this is going to be great. So if you wanted to make a quilt, really, you could do a quilt with this.
Oh, I've done numerous quilts with circle because the way you can cut it and everything else is you can do a drunkard's path with it. You can do all sorts of things with it. So
what's the largest and the smallest circle you can create?
2 inches up to 10 inches.
Really?
Yep.
So if you want to do a wedding ring quilt, you could do it. See,
yes.
I think I know now why our customers love this machine. This is on its way to a sellout. If you want it, be online now. I'm just telling you, we have about 11 minutes left in the hour, and potentially this will sell out in this show. It is an original Janome. It is the DC5100 with all the extra feet, and you're getting this bonus too.
Yep.
Now you can also do a variety of stitches.
Oh yeah. Now I've got this special satin stitch foot on, and I'm just letting the machine move the fabric through using that 7-point feed dog system, but I'm making it sew around in a circle.
Can you determine if you wanted it to be a heavier stitch? Could you do a heavier satin stitch?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So if I wanted to do if I wanted to repeat the very same circle with that kind of binding design, I could make it a heavier satin stitch.
Now that's a single run line. That's not a satin
Single
stitch.
run, okay.
Yeah.
But
if I wanted that stitch to really pop, I would either use 2 threads in my needle, or I would use a heavier decorative thread.
Fabulous, great.
Okay, or actually bobbin work. Janome is great for doing bobbin work. So let me choose another stitch. Let's see.
Which one are you going to pick?
I'm going to pick 83.
Okay.
It's not quite a Greek key.
Did you see this? You pressed a button. I mean,
Yes.
How much simpler can sewing be than pressing a button, not having to pull out a manual, not having to go through documentation? Okay, there are now fewer than, gosh, there are 70 total for the whole day. There are 78 machines left for the entire day. We have got Janet in Illinois calling. She owns a Janome computerized machine. She loves it. Janet, welcome to HSN.
Thank you.
So it's so nice. I love the fact that we have so many Janome customers calling, because until today, working with Valora, I keep calling her Valora, I did not even realize that Janome was such a popular brand. It's huge. Janet?
Yes.
So tell me, how long have you had your machine?
I've had my machine about 4 years now.
Okay. And
I love everything about it. They're fabulous.
what is it about the machine that you like the most?
I like because it's so simple.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was shopping for a new sewing machine, an Amish woman approached me.
Yes.
And she taught sewing lessons, and she recommended the Janome. And it is a Cadillac. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I could see.
I love everything about that machine.
It's interesting. I see this influx of customers that are calling, and what I'm learning is I can tell by the machine and the simplicity and making subtle changes instantly. It's very direct. You're directly making taking action to go from like step A to step B without, flipping out and having to worry that you're going to make a mistake. It seems simple.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Janet, thank you so much, because I'm sure that you've helped a fellow shopper make a decision on purchasing their Janome today.
Well, they should buy one, and thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Our talk line is wide open. We will take calls for the balance of the hour. The number to call, if you have a testimonial on the Janome brand, is 1-866-376-8255. Okay, Valora, I've interrupted you enough, so tell me, what's your next step?
I'm actually going to put in Bill Sews.
Bill Sews.
Bill
All
Sews,
right.
and I'm going to stitch that out as lettering.
Okay.
And so we're going to do one more letter here. And it's just as easy as punching in the corresponding number. We have both uppercase and lowercase.
Okay.
And then putting it into memory. Now, we can do actually up to 50 characters within that sentence.
Okay.
So once we have that, I'm just going to use my circle right here, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch it out.
So this is nice, because if you wanted to do like initials for collars or for cuffs, you could do that.
Yep.
And it's automatic. You're not even touching the fabric. I mean, this is like as easy as it gets.
7-point feed dog system feeds it directly through.
Look at this thing go. Now, what are the limits of the number of characters?
50
So you can set up 50 characters at one time.
at one time.
And boom, go.
You could write Happy Anniversary Grandma and Grandpa and do a quilt.
That is nice, but you really, as far as changing font, you really can't do that. So
No,
easily.
there's only one font.
Simple font, but it's great
Just a very nice block font. Got lots of oomph to it.
Nice, though, if you're sending your children off to camp and you want to put in their like initials or their name in uniforms or whatever, or in their apparel, so that when they wash them, with their cabin or whatever, they don't disappear and come home with none of their clothes or whatever. This is a Janome. I just want to remind you, the DC5100 is premiering today at HSN. It was on earlier today, and it was the most popular choice. We brought it back for you. It is a computerized machine, which simply means ease in use. It does not mean complicated. People hear the word computer and they go, oh my gosh, I don't go near computers. This simply means it's not mechanical, it's electronic, and at the press of a button you can change stitch function. You can change functions simply. We have 60 remaining for now the entire day. It will completely sell out. You get it home at $599. And you know what? Top down, I went over it the first time. Let's go through all of the press your feet.
Oh, all the great feet you get.
And the bonus feet that
and
you're
the bonus
sending.
feet,
So let's go through it real quick.
All right. You get the walking foot.
Right.
You get let me get a pointer here so I don't get my fingers in the way.
Okay.
You get the quilt bar.
Right.
You get the darning foot. I'm going to be demoing the darning foot in a few seconds. Then we've got the circular sewing attachment, which I just got through demoing. This is a satin stitch foot. This is a foot you would use for any decorative stitches. You've got the zipper foot. You've got the single hole. That gives you a much more precise stitch because it only has one little hole that the needle can go through, but you have to make sure you change out your foot before you go to another decorative stitch. You've got the overcast foot, you've got the 1/4-inch foot, you've got the adjustable blind hem foot, and you've got the buttonhole foot, and then of course you've got your tools, extra bobbins, implements like that that you need.
Here's what I want every customer to do that's thinking about buying a sewing machine today. I want you to take whatever machine you currently have, and I want you to sew whatever stitch, or just sew a straight line on a piece of fabric. Sew it on 2 pieces of fabric. Increase to 3, 4, 5, 6, go to 7 pieces of fabric, go to 8. Then I want you to get home your Janome, and I want you to do the same project. Single stitch, just go. When you see this thing glide, I was in the hallway here where we set up our products with our special guests. I was amazed to watch this thing silently and seamlessly gliding through. And she said that some of these machines, you can sew through lead. I mean, really, if you want to do leather, if you want to work on denim, like a 13, 14, 15, 16-ounce denim. Do you know how heavy denim is to go through? You know what? You may break the needle before you'll break the machine. The point is, we have got customers like Lisa, who's joining us on live chat, who says that she has a Janome, says it's great, it's easy to use. People love it because it's simple, quality, and it's like the upscale machine that you can depend on. Very low returns for repairs from the Janome factory. They manufacture machines to last. And you've heard our customers calling in with brilliant testimonials, and I want to thank all of you for having been part of the show. The thing that HSN has done is made this affordable for you on something that we created 35 years ago, July. And that is FlexPay. It is not layaway where it sits in some dark, dingy room waiting for you to pay it off. We will send it within 48 hours for you to start using it. And we'll just charge your credit card each month for 5 months, $119.80. Your first flex payment will include tax. There is no shipping charge. We've included that, so we're saving you an additional $20. You don't have to buy a dust cover or a case. We're sending you one with it as part of